What's up, guys? Going live here. Going to connect with everybody, I hope. Wanted to do kind of a live Q&A, talk about real estate investing, mobile home park investing, single family investing, whatever you guys want to talk about. Happy to dive into it, and I want to connect with you. Make sure that you are going over to mariodatillo.tv. That's going to be the best place to watch this live stream. It's going to give you the best feed. You'll be able to chat live the best. So make sure, if you can, go over to mariodatillo.tv to watch this and to connect with me. Let's go live, guys. So, hey, wanted to talk real estate. Want to answer any questions that you guys have if you're looking to get into real estate investing, or maybe you're already building a portfolio. What's up, Mike? Oh, man, that's my buddy right there. Good to see you, man. We need to grab coffee sometime soon. It's been too long. And Mike is actually on LinkedIn. I'm going to try and get him over to my YouTube channel, mariodatillo.tv. But we need to do another deal, Mike. So, hey, guys, just talking real estate investing. If you guys want to talk about either mobile home parks, commercial real estate, I can even dabble with the single family stuff. I've invested in single family homes from like 2008 all the way to 2014. So something that I'm very familiar with as well. And yeah, just wanted to connect with you guys this evening. Just got back from a really hard workout. I've been doing Muay Thai classes with my brother, and man, just beat the crap out of me. Not him. He didn't beat the crap out of me, but the class did. He's my younger brother. He's never going to beat the crap out of me. But anyway, so yeah, just got back from a really hard workout, cleaned up, and I was like, man, kind of bored. I want to talk shop. Who can I talk to about this? Let's hop on live on YouTube Live and talk about it. Hey, guys, jump over to mariodatillo.tv. It's the YouTube channel. That's where you're going to get the best live stream. And make sure to hit subscribe too on that channel so you keep plugged into all the real estate content that I'm going over. But yeah, so just kind of a crazy week. If you guys got questions or want something to want to talk about something real estate related, drop it in the chat. And I want to be clear. If you're on any other platform, on any of the platforms, there's going to be an option to chat versus comment. I can't see the comments. So you need to do it in the chat. Otherwise, I'll see it after we're done talking, and that's just no fun. So make sure you're dropping it in the chat. Let's talk real estate. What are you guys investing in? What are you guys doing? How many of you are currently investing in real estate is what I want to know. Drop that in the messages and tell me what you're investing in. Are you buying single families? Are you buying commercial, multifamily, mobile home parks? What is it? We actually just made an offer on a retail building this week, which not our typical property type that we target, but got a unique strategy for it that we'll see where it goes. It's early on. They've already countered back. We've been countering back and forth a little bit. And kind of a cool deal. I'm excited about it. I haven't bought retail before. And so we're going to see how that goes. Knock on wood. Hopefully I didn't jinx it by talking about it here. Hey, guys, check out mariodatillo.tv. That's the YouTube channel. That's where you'll be able to see this video the best, but and the live stream the best. But also be dropping in the comments or the chat if you got any questions about real estate investing. What you're doing. I asked earlier, if you're investing in real estate, what are you investing in right now? Drop the property type in the comments. I know Mike was on here a minute ago. He's investing in all kinds of commercial real estate, which is pretty awesome. He's a developer. All right. So another thing that we're working on is we're looking at multiple mobile home parks right now. We've actually got 2 under contract. One is pretty late stage due diligence. So hopefully everything comes back clean on the final report, and we can move towards a closing. It had a lot of hair on it, had a bunch of utility issues, had some, we had to do some deeper dive on the environmental side. Thankfully it came back clean. We're good there. But yeah, it's been a heck of a deal, but we're excited to take it down here pretty soon. And the other deal, we're just getting going. It's been kind of a rocky road with some government stuff. You know, if you guys saw the YouTube video that I did not too long ago, I talked about kind of all the reasons why not to invest in mobile home parks. One of those was government, right? Like the number one issue with mobile home park investing is zoning and code enforcement and health department, all these different layers of government that you've got to deal with. And then there's some departments in certain states that just focus on mobile home parks. That's one thing that I've had to get very, very comfortable with is legal battles with government. Hey guys, if you're investing in real estate or you're looking to start investing in real estate, make sure to drop in the chat what you're investing in, and make sure that that you drop in the chat what you're doing, what you're looking to invest, and maybe you're considering a new property type. I'd love to hear that. Anyway, so yeah, like I mentioned, we're working on a few mobile home parks right now. If you guys have any deals, mobile home parks, self-storage, we own some self-storage, hit me up. Make sure that you connect with me. I would love to buy the contract off you. You can wholesale deals. It's interesting. I also did an episode on this. The top 3 ways that we have bought mobile home communities and self-storage. The second most common way that we've bought is from wholesalers. Wait, maybe it's the third. Third most common way that we've bought commercial property is from wholesalers. So make sure that if you've got a deal that maybe you're going to pass on, or it's too big, or you need some capital for it, make sure you hit me up. I'd love to take a look at that. May even partner with the right people. So make sure to hit me up. Hey Doug, what's up, man? I just saw your message. If you guys, and he's on YouTube messaging, so awesome, guys. Jump over to mariodatillo.tv and hop in the chat there. That's where you're going to get the best live stream for this chat here. He said single family, but want to move to commercial apartments and mobile homes. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I would say if I could do one thing over, I don't regret it, but if I could do one thing over again, I probably wouldn't have bought single family homes for as long as I did. You know, we bought single family homes from 2008 to 2014-ish. And it was all flipping homes, buying, rehabbing, selling. We did a little bit of wholesaling as well. And that was cool. It was very profitable. But the problem is you always had to buy that next asset, right? If you don't buy the next property, you have nothing to sell that next month. So it just takes quite a bit of effort, and it doesn't stop. You've basically created a very profitable job. And so I wish we would have started looking at commercial earlier. And man, we're getting a bunch of subscribers to the channel. Thank you. Guys, jump over to mariodatillo.tv to watch this video, to watch this live stream and chat with me there. That's where you're going to get the best chat communication as well. Paul Martins. What's up, Paul? Good to see you, man. Paul's a rock star. If you guys aren't familiar with the MHP industry, the manufactured housing industry, Paul Martins, there's a big conference every year. It's called the SECO conference, and it stands for Southeast Community Owners. And Paul Martins is like the dude, the ops dude for that event. So he's definitely the man behind the scenes making that happen. And he's also very involved and a mentor in our MHP tribe group, which is a group that we have that talks about mobile home parks. It's really a networking group and an education group all around mobile home park investing. And Paul Martins is a mentor in that and just a really solid leader in the industry. So, hey, you said MHP, but considering self-storage and or RV. I like self-storage. We own it. I like RV. We don't own any. I'm not super rushed to get into it, but if I found a good deal, I'd definitely consider it. But yeah, we got a bunch of people on. That's awesome. Welcome, guys. Hey, if you haven't already, jump over to mariodatillo.tv and make sure to watch the video there. The live stream is going to be much better, and you can chat live better there too. And while you're at it, click subscribe on the channel so you can keep in touch and keep up to speed on what I'm doing there. But I already had several people subscribe just since we started, so thank you. I'll make sure to give you valuable content that's going to make your investing a lot better. But hey, so wanted to also mention we are working on our mobile home renovation process, which has been fun. We hired a new guy on our team. All he focuses on is mobile home renovation and doing some maintenance things around the communities. But he's remote. He's managing vendors, subcontractors, and a couple of employees. And we're really looking forward to seeing that flourish, because now we'll have somebody solely focused on that. And it's kind of, I think, going to be a little bit of a growing problem, because we also hired a sales manager, and she's kicking butt. Like, she's selling really fast. So now we're kind of looking and going, oh crap, we got to get her more inventory. What's up, Richard? Hey, Dimitri, what's going on, man? Dimitri just posted a flag on the YouTube channel, and American flag, but he's actually overseas. So we got some international viewers on here. What's up, Dimitri? That's my buddy, man. He's crushing it in the wholesale business. I mean, I got to say, and we're going to do a video. I got a podcast coming out soon, May 1st. And I know I'm jumping around, but May 1st, I'm launching a podcast, and I'm bringing on some real rock stars in real estate investing and business investing, and just all kinds of leaders in business. And I'm going to make sure, Dimitri, you got to be on there. We are going to talk about what you do, because nobody has any excuse to not make a ton of money in real estate in the United States. He's doing it and killing it from overseas. Never sees the homes. I don't want to tell all his story. He can do that on the podcast, but I've just been super impressed to see how he's growing his business model. And I mean, just very automated. And so yeah, he's killing it. So I keep telling him to hop over the pond, get to the US. Let's drive some fun cars, and let's go eat some good food. So get over here, Dimitri. But yeah, Richard, good to see you again, man. Welcome back. And he's also on the YouTube channel. Guys, if you are not on the YouTube channel watching this, you need to get over there, mariodatillo.tv. Make sure to hit subscribe while you're there. But you're going to get a much better live feed there, and you can chat easier there too. So yeah, so like I was saying, we've got the sales manager's created a problem. She's starting to sell homes really, really fast. And now we're kind of going, oh crap, we need to get our inventory. So we were ordering homes. We're stepping up our order to buy more new homes so that she can, so she'll have more inventory. And we're keeping the pressure on the renovations guy and ops to do the evictions quickly, and the renovation guy to do the rehab fast enough, because our sales have really picked up. So very pumped about that. And doing some hiring. So like you just heard me, we hired a new sales manager. We hired a new person to focus on home renovations and some community maintenance. But we're also hiring for a regional manager. I'm looking for somebody with some experience as a regional manager with one of the bigger companies. And I'm also hiring 2 more acquisition managers. So if you guys know somebody, make sure to connect them with me. I'd love to talk to them and give them an opportunity with a great company. There's one thing that I can say about our company is that we really care about the team members, and we're finding ways to give them more opportunity within the company. Like our acquisition managers, when they do deals that we buy, they get equity ownership in the deal. So that's pretty huge. So if you guys know somebody for either an acquisition manager that understands some commercial real estate or a regional property manager, make sure to connect them with me. I'd love to check them out, see if they're a good fit for the team. But anyway, so yeah, I've got a podcast coming out May 1st. We finally decided, I think it's official, the name of the podcast, don't hold your breath too long, it's Mario Datillo Show. So we decided to kind of combine the brands of the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is going to always be mobile home park investing. We will set up a YouTube channel also for the podcast, just so you can see the video side of it. But the podcast is going to go a little bit more broad. I'm going to bring you guys a little bit outside. I will definitely have a ton of mobile home park content on that, just because that's the business I'm in, and I've got a really deep network of people in that world. But I'm going to bring on some people in other areas of real estate, business, either both people who are buying companies, starting companies, managing companies. We'll get into some deep stuff, and I'm really pumped about that, because that's going to allow me to tap into, like, I've got a bunch of friends in masterminds that I'm in, And it's like, I can't bring them into anything. I mentioned this last week when I did a live. I don't have a way to really bring in some of those rock stars that I know, because mobile home park investing is really what my YouTube channel is about. So the podcast is going to expand that. And I promise you, I'm going to bring you some really good people. We're going to pull back the curtain. We're going to look inside their business, look inside their investment strategy, and learn a ton. I will not go easy on them. I'm going to make sure to get like everything I can out of them for you. So make sure, watch out for that podcast May 1st. If you guys are watching this, you should be watching on mariodatillo.tv, which is my YouTube channel, and click subscribe while you're there as well. That's where you're going to see the best quality feed on this video, as well as you can chat a little bit easier there too. So make sure to do that. Anyway, so if you guys got questions about real estate investing, maybe you're buying your first property, or you want to get into real estate, maybe you are buying some real estate and got some questions, love to talk about any property type. There's maybe a few property types that I don't have much experience in, but I can probably keep up with most of them. So Paul Martin said, my first live YouTube event. Well, you're welcome, buddy. Thanks for being on. And he said, for newer investors in the mobile home park industry, have you ever found good and reliable third-party management for our industry? Awesome question. So, no. The truth is, I have not. I think everybody goes through this thought process. Man, I want to hire a third-party management company that's professional to come in, run my properties for me, so I can go focus on buying more properties. And we all go through that thought process. And in most real estate types, that exists. Very professional management companies. Like our self-storage, I don't manage our self-storage. We have other people managing our self-storage. In apartments, industrial, office, retail, all those, you've got third-party management that does a really good job at it. But because, for two reasons, I think, mobile home park world is still a little bit old school, and we're still working through all the industry best practices. But additionally, if you think about it from a revenue standpoint, if you could get paid off of $1,500 a month in rent, or you could get paid a percentage off of $450 a month, same percentage, which would you do? And the truth is people go for the money, and there's not much money in mobile home park management. There's a lot of money in mobile home park investing, but the management aspect is pretty lean margins. And so we haven't found any good third-party managements. I've heard a lot of horror stories. I've even considered doing third-party management for other people. I've offered it to a couple of close friends just because they know me and trust me, but it's not something that we are actively offering. But if I found some parks and markets that I already owned in, had a team there, I'd probably consider managing for them. But that's not really our main business. But just to wrap it up, Martin's great question. Third-party management is not very good in the mobile home park world. And if you plan on investing in mobile home parks, you should go into it with the expectation that you're going to be the management company. You're going to start a management company, even if you hire people, which is what I did because I suck at property management. I've actually, get this, I have never personally collected rent from a tenant. Never. Not once have I walked up and said, pay me rent, you owe me rent. I've never done it once. Why? Because I know I suck at it. I'm too nice. So from the start, when we started buying parks, I hired somebody to handle the property management with a lot more experience, and they do it really well. And that's just their expertise. So a little inside secret. I've only mentioned that a couple of times, but I've never personally collected rent from a tenant ever. We've had thousands of tenants. So anyways, hey, I got to keep up here on all these questions. Stas, what's up, dude? Hey, Jason, what's going on, man? Hey, guys, if you are not on the YouTube side of it, mariodatillo.tv, jump over there, watch the video here. It's going to be a lot better stream. And also you can chat better with me here, mariodatillo.tv, and make sure you click subscribe while you're on there, because then you're going to keep up with the content. And I've got to make sure I answer these questions before it gets too old. Jason, who are your favorite MHP wholesalers? Well, if I told you then I'd probably be giving away my leads. But no, honestly, so I've got several, but you guys know who Jimmy Johnson is. He's probably my favorite well-known wholesaler. He is I think he just did his 50th park or some wholesaled his 50th park. Just awesome guy, super down to earth, and very good at putting deals together. Stas, what's up, dude? Another Minnesota brother. I'm originally from Minnesota, so it's always good to see you guys on here. He said, are you buying still, or will the interest rates slow prices down soon and create opportunities, especially in Florida where prices have gone crazy? Dude, that's a good question, because I think right now people are getting, and there's more questions, so guys, don't worry. I'm going to get to your comments and questions down below. But yeah, I think what people aren't paying attention to is, number one, interest rates. Number two, we've had a really great run for a very long time. Oh, dang, I got a bunch of people. Hold on. Terry, what's up, dude? Multifamily, you're investing. Sorry, I'll get back to that question. Terry Bailey said he's investing in multifamily. Steve, you said 9. I don't know what that means. Anyways, so thank you. Oh, crap. My wife just handed me her phone with a bunch of other stuff. Let me finish answering that question. I'm gonna go back and answer some of these other ones. But the answer is we've had a really good run. Pricing has gotten high. Lending has been cheap. People are paying crazy prices right now. And now that interest rates are shifting and going up, we might see a little bit of turmoil. People who've done some crazy financing, like interest-only loans and short-term debt, 2-3 year loans, things like that might get interesting, which in that case, yes, Stas, I'm going to be buying aggressively. I always watch the non-performing loan markets, and I'm starting to see more and more non-performing loans come to market, being sold by banks and financial institutions. And that's a red flag to me that we're starting to see some defaults. Obviously, you're going to see defaults on the certain property types before others. Like I'm seeing hotels, even some apartments, which has kind of surprised me a little bit in markets that I wouldn't expect it. But I have seen some defaulted loans getting sold on apartments, definitely hotels and retail, those and some office. Those are the 3 that I'm seeing the most defaults, and there's going to be some opportunity coming down the pipeline. Am I still buying right now? Yes, we are, but we are cautious. We're paying attention to the pricing. We are not chasing the market up, and we never have. And, there's guys who have got in and bought a lot more than we have in the last couple of years. I just don't know how they're making the numbers work, but they're buying a lot, and that's cool. And maybe they're making it work. But for us, we've just been very strict, buying good deals only. We need deals that cash flow and produce returns. We don't want to just own stuff to own it. So great question, though, Stas. Richard, you said just bought the MHP 1.0 course. So far, learning a wealth of knowledge. Hey, thanks for the shout out, dude. Actually, interesting. Richard found me on my YouTube channel, reached out. He was asking about, hey, when are you going to do some sort of like course or something? Like, go check out mhptribe.com and the MHP Tribe Facebook group, which is where it's a whole network of mobile home park investors. And we actually have a course. And we have a mastermind for people who have completed the course, just high level folks that are, trying to blow up their mobile home park investing business. And so actually Richard, after he saw my comment, he ended up doing that, got on a call Monday night. We do calls on Zoom. And so, hey, welcome to the team, man. I'm looking forward to connecting with you more and doing deals with you and learning from each other. So thanks for the support, and I'm glad you're learning a lot. Richard said, is South Carolina a good market for MHP? Yeah, definitely. We're brokering a deal in North Carolina right now, pretty large deal. Actually, I don't want to jinx that, so I'm not going to talk about it, but it's a pretty sizable deal. We like the Carolinas. We're brokering that one. I tried to buy it, couldn't buy it because the price just didn't make sense. So we're brokering it, and I think it's going to be a great deal for that buyer. Dang, I got a bunch of messages here on. Let's see here. Oh, okay, cool. These are duplicates. I got these. All right. So, hey guys, what are you guys buying right now? What are you investing in? What are you looking to invest in? I know there's a lot of people that watch my stuff that are like, every once in a while I get a message like, hey, how do I get into buying this property type, or where should I get started? Like, one of the most common ones that I get is, how much money do I need to get into investing in real estate? Well, number one, it's going to be property specific. Number two, you need to take into consideration, you don't necessarily have to have all the money yourself. Guys, if you're not watching this on YouTube, jump over to mariodatillo.tv and watch it there, and make sure to subscribe to the channel while you're at it so you get notified every time I do these again. But anyways, oh, what's that? Another question. It's like, you can tell I'm all over the place. It's ADHD. STR in Broward County. What does STR stand for, Stas? I don't know what that means. Sorry. Somebody called me a goat on the last one, which it was Eric, a longtime buddy of mine that I've known for years, because you're a goat. And I went, I have no clue what that means. And I didn't know if I should be offended or not. So I just kind of played it off. Later, I Googled it and it was a compliment. Sometimes I don't know what some of these terms are. Anyways, so STR, short-term rental. Okay. I have not done any short-term rentals. It's something that I'm open to. I'd consider for the right deal, in the right market. I probably wouldn't scale it. I'd probably do 2 or 3 in markets that I want to live in. And then that way I'd have, call it 3 homes or whatever, and then just rent out I would never rent out my primary, but rent out those other ones short-term until, unless I want to be there. So Broward County's probably pretty awesome for short-term rentals. I've got some friends that are big into short-term rentals and have done very, very well with it. Some really large homes too. I don't know if I'd have the guts to do it on like a $3 million house, $4 million house or something, but they do. So they've done pretty well with it. Anyways, so yeah, a lot of people ask, what kind of money do you need? So the answer is, depends on what you're buying, your strategy. Someone who's wholesaling, you don't need that much money. Somebody who's flipping, you probably need quite a bit more capital, especially if you're doing it in volume. And these are single family home strategies. You can wholesale commercial as well. If you're buying apartments, mobile home parks, storage, any type of commercial, anything a little bit larger, you're going to need at least enough money to do due diligence, right? Due diligence on these properties is like typically between $10,000 and $20,000. Okay, plus your deposits, depending on the size of the deal, is going to be a little bit more, but still not a lot of money. And if you're raising the capital, bringing on partners, either active partners that are active in the deal with you, maybe you handle the asset management and property management, and they bring the deal, and whatever, you can break up the deal however you want. Everybody brings their money to the table. You can do it that way, or you could do a securities offering, which is what we do. And you can go out and actively raise capital from passive investors. You're the general partner. They're the limited partner, meaning you do all the work. You take a lot more risk because you're not just putting up money, you're also going on the debt and things like that. But then you got passive people who are just putting up money. They got a lot of upside potential. They're limited on their downside potential based on the cash that they put in only. And you can create some really good investor relationships there and do it that way. I'd always recommend being cautious before you take people's money. If you're raising money, you need to be very, very cautious and thoughtful and put them first. Make sure that their returns and especially their principal is number one important. So, hey, what questions do you guys have about real estate investing, mobile home park investing? Or if you don't have any questions, I would like to hear what you guys are investing in. I see we got quite a few people watching live right now. So if you're investing or doing something in the real estate space, I would like to know what you are investing in or involved in. Drop that in the chat. If you aren't watching this on YouTube, you need to jump over to mariodatillo.tv and watch it there. Click subscribe while you're on the channel, on the YouTube channel, mariodatillo.tv. You'll get a much cleaner feed on the stream, and you'll also be able to chat with me better. All right, Martins, dude, he's bringing all the heat. He's bringing the good stuff. All right, what is a good deposit amount percentage would be reasonable for both parties to put a property under contract? Okay, so I think what Martins is asking is, what's a good percentage or what's a good deposit to put down on a property? So single family is going to be very different. Let's not talk single family, just because single family, especially if you're buying direct from owner, you can probably put $100 to $500, $1,000 as a deposit. That's pretty negotiable, and it's usually not very much, even on bigger purchases. On the commercial side, what we do is we do 1%. That's kind of our standard. So we'll typically break it up into 2 deposits. We'll do either half or some of the deposit up front. Okay. Once the contract is executed, we put up our first deposit, and then that stays in escrow for the remainder of the due diligence period. And then after the due diligence period is over, then we make a second deposit, and all of it goes non-refundable at that point. If there's we don't even do financing contingencies, to be honest. So once we get to the end of our due diligence period, we've already had one deposit in, we're adding a second deposit, and then both those deposits go non-refundable. So that's how we do it. And, depending on the size of it, I'd say typically our first deposit is like 10 grand. And then the second deposit would make up that difference on the 1%. We try and obviously put the back end heavier than the front end. And the reason is because the front end really doesn't matter. I mean, if you think about it, I can cancel at any time during the inspection period just because I don't feel like buying it. Not that I put things under contract just to cancel them. But I'm just saying that the first deposit isn't that important. It's the second deposit that's non-refundable that the seller should really care about. And sometimes they don't quite get that, and we disagree on it, and we up our number. But typically it's 1% split up over 2 deposits. That's an awesome question, Paul, because it's pretty common for people to wonder. Don't go writing an offer with $1,000 earnest money deposit on a commercial property. You probably won't be taken seriously. Hey, Noah, what's up, dude? He said he's on YouTube as well. Guys, if you're watching this, jump onto mariodatillo.tv and watch it there, because you're going to get a lot better live feed. You can chat with me better. mariodatillo.tv, it's on the screen, so you can't mess it up. And subscribe to the channel while you're over there too, so you get notified every time. Anyways, Noah, you said, do you know Glenn Stromberg? What do you think of his strategy towards mobile home investing? No, I don't know him. And that doesn't mean anything. It's just, number one, I'm not the best with names. And number two, we probably haven't crossed paths. Although I will say mobile home park investing world is a very small world. So if I haven't met him, I probably will soon. All this rambling is making my mouth dry. All right, so if you aren't watching this on mariodatillo.tv, you should be. Subscribe to the channel while you're there. Noah, I'd love an introduction. Love to connect with them. If you could, maybe in like 1 sentence or 2 sentences, just summarize what his strategy is, and I can probably comment on that. If there's something that's unique, I don't know I think you're subscribed to my channel already. You know what I do, you know my strategy on investing in parks. So maybe tell me how he differs in his strategy, and I can give you some input. But I would say kind of the most common strategy for buying mobile home parks and the most effective strategy is the lot rent model. Okay. People will disagree with me on that. But lenders agree, appraisers agree. Anybody who owns lot rent communities agree. The only ones who maybe argue with me on that are the ones who have bought park-owned home communities, and they haven't bought any lot rent communities yet. Once they start buying lot rent communities, they're like, oh, yeah, I get it. Because the whole reason we buy mobile home parks is because we want properties that are maybe less management intense, and we want to rent lots, right? I don't want to have to do turnover, make ready, all that stuff that is involved with apartment buildings. The reason I invest in mobile home parks is because I don't want to own an apartment, although I would buy one. The management and payroll is much higher on apartments because you constantly have people moving out. They're on annual leases or whatever, where we don't. Our residents stay for years. I mean, and often decades, so generational in some cases. So if I want that kind of property, which is why I would buy a mobile home park, then I wouldn't go buy a park-owned home community, because then you're just buying an apartment building. And there's, without getting super in detail into it, those are kind of the two main strategies. I've actually heard of some people talking about doing short-term rentals in RV parks and mobile home parks. Again, not my thing. I want to buy assets that are going to have a large appeal to institutional buyers later on. I'm building a portfolio of communities. And so down the road, many years, so don't message me and ask me if I'll sell mine. But many years down the road, if we decide to sell, I want to sell to a big institutional investor that's going to pay the most money for my communities. And buying really small properties, buying properties with a lot of hair on them, or very rural, or having all private utilities, those are all, or a lot of park-owned homes, those are all turnoffs to the largest investors that are going to pay the most money and have the most backing capital-wise to buy out large portfolios. So I'm fitting in that box where I can maximize the profits when we eventually sell. And when we refi, we get the most value out of it too. So really good question. No, I'd still love to hear a summary on that, on his strategy and how it differs from mine. I can give you my opinion. But so I'm going to go for maybe, call it 5 to 8 minutes more. I want to make sure that I answer any more questions and give you kind of an update on what we're doing. We've got, if you guys haven't checked out the MHP Tribe, check it out, mhptribe.com and the MHP Tribe Facebook group. They're both free. There's a network of mobile home park investors. And we actually, in the website, we have a course. We've got a mastermind. Check that stuff out. I'm not trying to make this like a promotional video or anything, but people who are investing in mobile home parks will get a lot out of that. Anyway, so let's talk about CRMs. What CRMs are you guys using? We're implementing Monday right now. We're building out, we're doing some additional build out in Salesforce for our acquisitions team, but we're implementing Monday for the operations side. Monday is a project management software. So I'd be curious, what are you guys using for project management software? And what are you guys using for acquisitions or relationship management with either, tenants, buyers, whatever business, you're in real estate? I'd love to hear that. Drop it in the chat and let's see what everybody says. But hey, I've got some really good YouTube videos coming up. A really good episode, actually. It's about sellers scamming. I would be curious to know how many people in this chat or in this that are watching right now have had issues with sellers lying to you. And oh, hey, I got another one. Jason, you said, have you ever converted an RV park or campground into an MHP? No, I have not. And not that it's a bad idea, but it's just a total. So RV parks are a totally different business model, and you got some zoning issues there. Oh man, I'm missing out on a bunch of questions here. Totally different business model, but also zoning. There's some zoning issues with that. You can convert RV parks if zoning will allow you, and you've got large enough lots. The problem with a lot of RV parks is they are small lots, or they're zoned RV, and the city doesn't want, or county or whoever handles the zoning does not want mobile homes. They see that as a downgrade in the property type. So that's something that you really need to look into if you're considering that. You could buy an RV park and start putting in park models as long as they'll let you, and the lots are in place the way you need them. Utilities are going to be a big issue there. You're going to have to change up the utilities a little bit, just because obviously RV parks are set up differently for the utilities than mobile home parks. But I like long-term tenants. The reason I haven't bought an RV park is the transient nature of RV, right? It's basically a motel. We own a motel, and it's cool. It works because it's in front of a mobile home park, so we can share the manager, and it works out great. But if everybody decides to move out tomorrow, boom, we're empty. So we don't have that issue so much with mobile home parks because they own their homes and they're not moving them. So they're very permanent residents, where the RV parks are more like motels. Hey, I just got, what's up, Cross? I see you're watching. Hey, hop over to the YouTube channel, Cross, MarioDatillo.tv, and subscribe there. Lindsay, what's up? Hey, long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Anyways, hey, Selva had a really good question. How do you find parks that don't own any mobile homes? What's the ideal percentage of park-owned homes? Okay, super good question. So how do you find parks that don't own homes? Well, you just mass marketing. I mean, obviously you need to talk to a lot of park owners. Every park is different. I would say most parks that we've bought come with at least a few homes. We've bought parks that were 100% park owned, and we've converted them to 100% to lot rent. But that's, so I guess I don't know how to answer your question in the sense of how do I find parks that are lot rent only? Part of that is going to be geographic, right? So, if you're looking at parks in Louisiana, Georgia, the Carolinas, a lot of the Southeast states, you're going to find a lot of park-owned home communities. It's just what it is. And because they're lower rent areas than up north. If you're looking in the Midwest, Northeast, Southwest, you're going to see a lot more lot rent communities. So that's probably my answer to that. And then what's the ideal percentage of park owned versus lot rent? Well, the ideal is 100% lot rent, 0% park owned. But again, it doesn't always work that way. Lenders would say that, 10% or less, typically park owned homes is what they want to see, 10 to 15%. I know there's some lenders that'll stretch on that, and it's just kind of a general rule. You want to be under 10%. So get rid of those park-owned homes. You'll be glad you did. Dang, I'm getting a bunch. Hey, Cross, you just asked me a question too. I'm looking at my phone because I can see other messages there. Hey, guys, jump on MarioDatillo.tv. That's my YouTube channel. You're going to get a lot better stream, and you can chat with me better on there. Cross said, are you guys cold calling park owners? Yeah. So 3 ways that, and I'm going to give this away, but you still should watch the YouTube episode I did on this. The 3 main ways that we've bought mobile home parks. We went back and looked at every mobile home park and storage deal, any commercial deals we've done. And we said, all right, where did we source these deals from? And the number 1 way, direct marketing. And most of those were cold calling owners, building relationships, and then buying those. The second most common way was actually brokers. You might say, well, I can't buy any from brokers. Yeah, I can't buy any from mobile home park brokers because they're all selling stuff at crazy prices. But we've bought multiple parks, quite a few actually, from brokers, either residential brokers. So if you're a residential agent, don't think that we can't do a deal. We can definitely do a deal. Call me when you come across a mobile home park. I've had a lot of success with resi agents buying parks, and then general commercial brokers. They're guys that just sell all kinds of commercial real estate. They're not specialized in mobile home parks, and those make great brokers to work with as well. And then the third way, I mentioned it earlier, is wholesaling. Wholesalers. We've bought several communities from wholesalers, and storage. Actually bought some self-storage from wholesalers. Well, I love working with wholesalers. So call me if you got something under contract. I'd love to buy that contract off you. Great questions, Cross, and hopefully you're on the YouTube side now. Let's see here. Trying to keep up. Alex, you had a question. What do you think? Sorry you waited there for a minute. I was trying to get caught up. Alex, you said, what do you think about Alabama Gulf Coast for RV park and mobile home park facilities? So I like Alabama, okay? The coast is going to be riskier, okay? But I own a bunch of communities in Florida, so I'm probably not the right guy to ask. We are comfortable with coastal risk. I would say the Panhandle, and in that area, in the Gulf, is really prone for hurricanes. We had a 56,000 square foot, 58,000, I don't know, pretty good sized self-storage facility in Panama City near Tyndall Air Force Base. And if anybody followed Hurricane Michael a few years ago, that should be raising a lot of red flags for you, because that was ground zero for that very aggressive hurricane, and our building just got leveled. I mean, it it was completely obliterated. It was just wiped out. They think a tornado came in behind the hurricane and hit it too, but it was, it was a mess. And we had really good insurance. We made a lot of money on that deal, believe it or not, when we from insurance and from selling the land. But I would just say I like Alabama. I like the coast of Alabama. Just be aware of the insurance that you need to have, and know that insurance is going to get very expensive. This year, our insurance is shot up on all of our Florida assets, like drastically. I've only heard stories of how bad ours is this year. So just be aware of that and know that you're taking a pretty big risk. Make sure that you get business interruption coverage on any mobile home parks you buy, but especially mobile home parks or any commercial real estate, for that matter, that is in a weather disaster zone, like a hurricane zone or tornado zone. But no matter where you're buying, you should be you should get business interruption coverage as a part of your insurance policy. But yeah, man, I like Alabama. We own, like I said, we've owned stuff in the Panhandle, which is pretty much LA, lower Alabama. But yeah, call me if you got a deal, man. I'd love to do something with you. And thanks for being on the YouTube channel. Hey guys, MarioDatillo.tv, hop on there. And I'm going to be finishing up here, but I think I was telling you about a YouTube episode that's coming up, and I got pulled off track with questions. I got a YouTube episode coming up that you guys want to watch. Hey, you're welcome, Alex. It is going to be about how sellers scam buyers. I know, kind of weird to think about that, but how many of you have looked at a deal and the seller outright lied to you? So I tell some stories. I share some, I show some dirty laundry, not literally, but figuratively, and tell you about a couple of deals that I've been lied to, just boldly lied to by sellers, and how to avoid it. Most importantly, the whole thing is about how to avoid getting screwed by sellers. The problem is sellers want to sell and they want to get the most amount of money for it. And a lot of times we're really motivated to buy, and we trust people too much because we want it to work, right? We want that deal to happen. And so we trust, but we don't verify. So I go through like a bunch of ways that you can find, figure out when a seller's trying to hustle you and get things past you so that you don't make those mistakes. So make sure to check that out. Hey guys, I'm going to wrap up here unless anybody's got any other questions. Like I said, I had a hard workout tonight, and been a long day, so I kind of want to start chilling and hanging out with the wife. But make sure, if you guys are on YouTube, make sure to go to YouTube, MarioDatillo.tv, subscribe to the channel. And I'd love to be able to keep giving you good real estate content. I'm going to do this more often. This is my second time in 2 weeks going live. So if I pop on going live, jump on, and please keep in touch, keep me posted on what you're doing so that we can grow together. And it was great talking to all of you. And thank you so much. Hey, Cross, you just had a question. You said, thanks for the answer, Mario. I'm having trouble with YouTube Live, but I've subscribed to the channel to keep up in the future. Hey, thank you for subscribing. Click like while you guys are at it too, because that tells YouTube that this is good content, and then they push it to more people so more people can connect with all of us. But yeah, hey, you're welcome, man. Anyways, you guys have an awesome night. Look forward to doing deals with you. Check out MarioDatillo.tv and mhptribe.com if you want to connect with mobile home park investors. See ya.